was probably just a generic, and they got the token victory.
Yeah.
The 5-game sweep was that they really won game 2, but they gave it away.
Yeah, because they had to foul Kobe before the three-pointer to tie the game. 3, you foul.
Is on this data daily feature now? I heard yesterday driving in that John was poking at you a little bit, and that you were going to start a Twitter handle or something about that.
Oh no, we were talking about obscure Twitter handles.
Yes.
And Greg had one about quotes or dates in movies.
Right.
Was that one, and I told him he should do obscure dates in Detroit sports history.
Right. My obscure Twitter feed that I follow is hockey 50 years ago.
Yes, that's when and he follows that from Max from Detroit. That's his Twitter handle.
I'm just following on my own. Also this day, happy birthday to former Piston Tree Rollins. Okay.
He's not Pistons for
I know.
The trees.
All right. On this day, yesterday, June 14th, yesterday, was the anniversary of one of the greatest plays. On this day, one of the great plays that had the most impact in Detroit sports history. We take you back to June 14th, 1990, Portland, Oregon.
That way, if Thomas beats his man, someone will have to pick him up. There's the pick down. Eddie Johnson with 1 second to go. His son is around. 7 seconds. Time out. They are watching one of the great teams of recent years in the NBA. You'll be proud with their grittiness.
You know, it's amazing how the Cuban Browns was just as impacted as he does now. Cuban still does games.
Yeah.
He was like 80. How old are you?
87.
87? God, well, that is.
Yeah.
He was one of the best. So, yeah, Vinny hit the shot, 007, as we know here, as the Pistons go back to back. What is your favorite play in Detroit/Michigan history, sports history? 248-539-9797.
Well, here's one thing I do want to say about the shot. Is it less memorable if the clock stops at 5/10 of a second or
Yeah.
3/10 of a second?
007 sounds a lot cooler than
Yeah.
005.
Well, it's more
Or James Bond is 006 and then James Bond numbers.
Right. It's also more memorable if the buzzer goes off when it's over. That's still, yeah, it was play. Went back to back.
Yeah.
And we're splitting at home. What's his name? Terry Porter said, look in the back here. And he was right. And that scenario used to be 2-3-2. Now for the first team to win 3 games on the road.
Yeah.
In that scenario.
I think for me, one I've talked about many times, and it goes back to the '84 Tigers. It's Kirk Gibson, the home run on Goose. It was a moment that will be etched in my memory forever. And part of it is the snapshot of him on the front page of the paper the next day, where he's jumping up and down, he's got the tear in his, on the knee in his pants, and it's just, you can see the intensity, the excitement, and you can feel that no matter whether you were there or you were at home watching, you can feel that excitement that happened for the Detroit Tigers and for the city of Detroit.
I'm sure there's some for college sports as well. A few that come to my mind that I don't want to steal thunder. Mine is probably because I was there when it happened, and it was significant at the time. As it turns out, it really didn't lead to anything, but it led to an extra. It was Eiserman's goal in '96
OT.
against the Blues. I mean, it was
Yeah.
just because it kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, Gretzky lost the puck, Eiserman picked it up over the blue line, and boom.
Yeah.
Past John Casey.
I was watching that highlight after you had mentioned, somebody had mentioned it the other day, and I was watching it, and the camera, you know how you have some of those games where, you know, the place is packed, the crowd's going nuts, and the camera is shaking because the crowd noise is so loud.
Yeah.
And and that's the way it was after Eiserman hit that slap shot. The camera just couldn't stay still.
Gov, you have to have
Mine's kind of similar to that, and I loved Eiserman. I was fortunate to be in the arena that night. You know, I always say they didn't win, they lost the next series. You know,
right. That's why I said the impact.
but I mean, I'll go a little more recent. The Magnus home run, and I know
everybody in the stands has emptied onto the field, and they're there to celebrate not just a game but a season. And to be able to celebrate with the fans at that moment was an unbelievably it's hard to even put into words, and I would do a disservice of trying to actually describe it. But the feeling and like you mentioned, Gov, the feeling of the fans having it to be able to celebrate with the players, but also from the players' perspective, it's an unbelievable feeling.
I think you nailed something where people don't want to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, when people don't want to leave a game, you know something magic has happened.
Yeah.
What was your favorite play as a player? Not you know.
The favorite play that I witnessed?
Yeah, that you either witnessed as a fan or that you were a part of.
Well, the one that I was a part of, one of my favorites, actually was captured, and it was a two-page spread at Sports Illustrated, and that's that one I think I showed you where I'm pancaking the fella from Colorado, and I've got my elbow right up in his grill, and he's bent over backwards. That was by far one of my favorite plays, and to this day, I close my eyes and I still see every moment of that play. But to witness one would be Charles Woodson in the interception at Michigan State. And I was actually going through, and I mean, I don't want to steal anybody's thunder because there's a number of plays, especially from that season and from Charles Woodson, that I could mention.
All right, 248-539-9797. Yesterday was the anniversary of Vinnie Johnson's 007 shot to give Detroit back-to-back NBA World Championships. What's your favorite play in Detroit/Michigan sports history? You're listening to Stoney and Jansen here on 97.1 The Ticket.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Tonight in the pro basketball playoffs, Brooklyn hosts Milwaukee. Game 5 of that series. Brooklyn is a home underdog. Milwaukee a 2.5-point favorite. Brooklyn plus 115 on the money line. Total is sitting at 220. And the reason why Brooklyn's an underdog, they've got injuries to two of their three best players. The guy with the beard, we don't know if he's going to play with his hamstring injury, and their point guard walked out on crutches from game number 4. So it's hard to like Brooklyn in this spot as a home underdog. If you are looking to bet the game right now, I would look at the under here. Brooklyn may struggle to score with only one of their star players, and Milwaukee may want to play a defensive game here. So under 220 to look right now without complete information. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21 and playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
Everyone deserves the chance to qualify for an auto loan. Good credit financing, low credit financing, and even no credit financing is available to you from Taylor Chevrolet. Apply online anytime at helpgetaloan.com and get an instant free approval. All applications are open. Check out Taylor's certified pre-owned and quality cars and trucks to find your exact fit. Chevrolet, find new roads. Apply now at helpgetaloan.com or come on down to see us on Telegraph Road. Taylor Chevrolet says yes.
Refinancing your mortgage with Home Financial does more than just lower your monthly payment. You can shorten the term of your loan or tap into some of your home's equity. Take advantage of historically low interest rates. Call 248-308-5000 or go to davidhallmortgage.com.
It's like I blinked and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce.
Now, my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide, and we're bringing it right where your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority you.
Sadness and misery, I don't feel either of them. I'm in a good mood.
Okay.
Hey man, what's wrong?
Well, it just didn't sound very bluesy.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Oh, hey Buzz.
Okay, well, let's try it again.
Smile on my face.
No, that's still happy.
Have a change of heart with Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? How do you get in front of companies or get a patent? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors just like you for 35 years, and thousands of people contact them every month. With 65 offices, you can meet with an InventHelp representative near you who will keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. InventHelp has helped over 10,000
10-3 over the Royals. They had to use 9 pitchers as Matthew Boyd got injured, and then the second reliever that was brought in, the third reliever, Alex Lang, he got hurt. Nonetheless, they win. Casey Mize on the hill tonight. NBA playoffs, the Hawks win at home. The Clippers win at home. Those series are now 2-2. Joel Embiid played injured again in the second half. He was 0 for 12. Philly blew a big lead. Hockey Vegas over Montreal to lead that series. 1-0 score. That game was 4-1. Yesterday was the anniversary of Vinnie Johnson's 007 shot to give the Pistons the 1990 NBA championship, the back-to-back. So we're asking, what's your favorite play as a Michigan, Detroit sports fan? We have some ticket texts with calls in a second. One of the best Detroit sports moments of my life so far was Miggy locking up the Triple Crown. Remember Curtis Granderson had like 3 home runs in the last game and almost passed Miggy. Don't remember that part of it at all.
Yeah.
My greatest sports moment was the fight between McCarty and Lemieux.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Greatest play in the history of the state of Michigan was obviously trouble with the snap.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Spartan.
Yes, we got a few of those. You stole my thunder with Eisman's goal, but what about Waz's Statue of Liberty goal? That was a very significant play, but yeah, that definitely was cool.
That was great.
I know.
That was so great, because from that point on,
It was over.
and then 7-0.
Yeah. McCarty's goal against the Flyers in the 97 Cup Finals. I can still hear Gary Thorne's call of that game, clear as day, 24 years later. Yeah, we're going to be celebrating, I assume, around town. The next year will be the 25th anniversary of that Stanley Cup. We have a few more for Eisman's goal, a few more for Maglio's walk-off, another one for trouble with the snap, and Tayshaun's block always gets me excited. All right, we got a few others on hold. Let's go to Rich in Ypsilanti. What's going on?
Hey guys, thanks for taking the call. It's mine was kind of obscure thing, and it's an old one, but it was such a bittersweet game. It was the last day at Tiger Stadium, and I was in the crowd when Fred hit that home run. It was just a boomer, and the entire stadium went singing goodbye to them. And the crowd just went absolutely insane. And I've never been part of a thing that felt so electric before. And it was the biggest thing at the same time. You didn't even go to that stadium, but it had its like just goodbye. It was just
Yeah, it was unbelievable. The flash bulbs going off throughout it, like the last pitch. Todd Jones was on the hill for the last out. But yeah, Robert Fick, best known that.
Hey,
That was a great moment.
Timing, it's all about timing and sports.
He did get into that fight. He lost with Weeford in Chicago 1 year too. Gary and Saline, what's going on?
what's going on, guys? Okay, I got 2. One for Michigan, one for Michigan State. The Michigan one, 1991, 4th and 1. Michigan against Notre Dame, number 1 Notre Dame. Desmond Howard makes a great catch, unbelievable touchdown.
You know the amazing thing about that, Gary, was, and I saw this recently, I'm sure John's seen it 8,000 times. Gary Muller was mic'd, and you hear them discuss what play they're going to use, and they said, basically what the hell will pass, which is so anti-Michigan.
Right, anti-Gary.
Yes, and it worked.
Unbelievable. Now, let me give you an obscure one. Okay, it's Michigan State. I think it's 74, could be 72.
It's 74.
John would like it off tackle, Levi Johnson, 63 yards, touchdown against number 1 Ohio State. However, Ohio State, as time's running out, scores a touchdown, but Archie Griffin, the great Archie Griffin, was not set for a second. And Wayne Duke was the commissioner. He's in the press box. And the fans, like John mentioned, being on celebrating with the fans. Well, the fans were on the field and stuff. Nobody knew who won the game. About an hour, maybe even 2 hours later, they announced that Michigan State won because Griffin was not set for a full second. And I don't know if they've ever gone and done replay, other than that time. Now they do, but there you go.
Yep, Michigan State 16, Ohio State 13. I think it was dubbed the Bizarre Bowl. And Wayne Duke was trying to converse with the officials, and the officials had left the field immediately because everybody had flooded the field.
So how did they go to replay
They didn't go to replay. It was just Wayne Duke, who was the commissioner, talking to the officials, and because there was no determination, one official had signaled touchdown, another official had signaled that it was no good. Yeah, no, and so it was a matter of, was the play, was it a touchdown, was it not a touchdown, and they had to converse, they had to find the officials and get them and Wayne Duke together, and then they finally made the determination that it wasn't, and Michigan State won.
Can you imagine that happening tonight?
Oh my gosh, it would be. I mean, the conspiracy theories would have no end.
Let's say good morning to Dave. What's going on, Dave?
Hey, morning, guys. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Pleasure's ours.
One of my favorite memories was Alan Trammell hitting a grand slam off Steve Quisenberry, and I believe he is the only person that ever hit a grand slam off him.
Well, was that a playoff? Was it in the playoffs in '84? What was the scenario?
No, that is just a game.
Okay.
It's just, hey, it's your favorite. What was it? Just because it was Tram? Because it was Tram off of Quisenberry? What made it so special for you?
Well, because he's the only person that ever did it.
Okay.
I mean, Quisenberry always came in and he always shut down everybody. He was that sidearm like Ted Coley. He went down from the ground.
Yes.
And just to hit it out of the park, it was electric.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Quisenberry was great.
You know, an underrated one of mine always, and you can't argue this is the greatest play ever, but just something personal I always liked was Gibby's home run in '87 in Toronto, the Sunday before the season ended, in extra innings at Exhibition Stadium. They were on the verge of falling 4.5 games back, I think, and by winning that game, they stayed 3.5, and then Toronto gagged and lost out, and the Tigers caught them, and then won that last game. That was kind of a clutch Gibby moment that always got forgotten.
Well, wasn't I can't remember Gibby scoring like one from set, scoring like a close play at the plate in that series in Toronto. I don't know if it was that game or another. Maybe that set it into extra innings. I don't remember. I just remember something about that game where Gibby, it wasn't the home run, he did something else. Who knows? It was so long ago. My memory sometimes fails me. Lake Orion we go. Mike, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. Hey, my favorite play as a kid growing up was watching Michigan playing Indiana. The pass from Wangler to Anthony Carter over the middle to score the winning touchdown after this play where they had thrown the ball out of bounds to stop the clock. And listening to Bob Cooper call it on the radio, you thought that poor guy was going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, because the game wasn't on television. Like,
No.
He's hitting the horn. Quite frankly, Michigan got a little home cook in there, right? Lee Corso, who was coaching Indiana at the time.
Yeah.
Insists that they played the
It was a legal
original
play.
play before.
Yeah, the legal play to bat it out of bounds.
Yeah.
It's a legal play. Yeah. It's just, he was just mad that they batted it to him and he caught it.
Rick in Hazel Park, what's going on?
Oh, not much. How you guys doing this morning?
Good.
I wanted to bring up that grand slam ball call. Gentleman yelling, I think it was in 2012 at Comerica Park. You guys remember that one?
No, I know Delman Young hit a big home run.
Yeah, I don't remember what team it was. I want to say it was the White Sox, but I'm not certain on who they were playing. I probably should have looked it up before I called. But yeah, I remember I was sitting in bed and they were down 4-1 and he hit it grand slam to win the game.
Grand slams are always awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially walk-offs.
Didn't Rajay Davis hit a grand slam to win a regular season game, right?
Yeah, I want to say that was
Against Oakland, if I'm not mistaken, on an afternoon game, I think.
Yeah. I saw it when we were doing this morning. I watched that one. I think it was 2000.
You know what play I thought I was going to mention? It wasn't. Trey Burke shot
Yeah.
against Kansas.
That's a great one. That was, I think I told you guys I woke my wife up. I always just judge it on when do I jump up and go crazy.
Yes.
That was fun.
Yeah, because it's just that initial reaction that you have to a great moment, and you know it's great when it's happening, and it's. I think there's probably a lot of people. I'm surprised we didn't hear about this one, but Woodson's return in that '97 Ohio State game. It's just a great one.
A few more on ticket text. Little Giants, Michigan State, Notre Dame game. That's kind of what a great play that was. Carlos Gay home run against Jared Weaver, meaningless game, but the Amish remember.
That was not meaningless.
I know, that went to a lot of
tickets. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com. Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studios, Tony and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Thank you, T.O. 245-39-97-97. We're asking Tony, when did you feel old? And, because Greg realized that his high school graduation was June 11th. It was about 21 years ago. 21 years ago, so I felt old. And we're talking about, guys you saw play and you see their kids play, and I go back, I remember, a guy like Mike Yastrzemski playing for the Giants, excelling, and yes, I saw his grandfather play.
Jose Cruz Jr.
Yeah, I mentioned him.
Yeah, I covered him in Houston. And then I suddenly see he's the assistant Tigers coach, so that made me feel old. And then to find out he's moving on up now,
right?
It's like, wow, I remember covering him in college. Yeah, so I'm starting to feel really, really, really old. By the way, he graduated 21 years ago from high school.
Yeah.
I'm 41.
I'm 45. 45 years. Here we go. I'm 25. I'm not old, but becoming older than the players from current draft classes all of a sudden is not a good feeling.
Yes.
Yeah. When you see these, kids drafted, or not even 20, like especially in hockey and baseball.
Yeah.
I coach high school JV baseball, and I knew I was old when I coached my 11th grade girlfriend's kid as JV here.
Yeah, old girlfriend's kids.
Yeah. I swear the first time I felt old was when I noticed the Playboy center field was younger than me. That's from Mike in Highland. I mean, this one, you're talking about school. It hasn't happened to me, but I know there's a kid. There's our buddy Bob Bronstein, who runs 24 Seconds. His brother is a math teacher at West Bloomfield High School, who just graduated. My kids had him. But my kids' friends who have parents who went to West Bloomfield, they had him, and then their kids had him as a teacher. So.
My dad mentions that all the time because he was a band teacher in Troy for like 33 years, and he's one of those individuals who can remember everybody's name, what instrument they played, and he would have those moments where early in his career he taught somebody, and then all of a sudden later in his career he was teaching their kids. Now I'd have to ask him. I'm not sure if he taught any. If the cycle went one more time by the time he was done. Yeah, I taught your grandpa.
Wow. There was a goalie my son played hockey with out of Port Huron. He was drafted to originally play with the Dallas Stars a few years ago. When he returned, we were having dinner with him. He said that when he first sat down in the locker room, he said he knew all the players because he used to play them on video games. How does Greg remember the day he graduated high school? Been 10 for me, and I couldn't tell you what day in June.
I was curious about that too.
That's because it's Greg.
Yeah. I mean, like that date in my mind, I knew it was sometime in the spring, early summer.
June, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you ever remember like obscure birthdays of people?
Obscure birthdays, yes.
Yeah, me too.
Or some, yes.
Like July 11th, former Flyer Bill Barber. I mean, why do I know that?
I know one of my good friends in middle school is January 26th, because that, I believe, is the nexus date in history, because January 26th, a lot of important dates happen then. A lot of important things.
Kobe, right?
Kobe died. It's Wayne Gretzky's birthday. Packers won Super Bowl 31.
And we go down that rabbit hole.
And I think the Challenger explosion was 86.
No, that was 28th. That was on my birthday.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yes.
Disasters on birthdays for 300, Alex.
Oh my God! Stop that one right now.
By the way, speaking of for whatever, Alex, I saw Savannah Guthrie a little bit last night on Jeopardy. She did a pretty nice job.
Did she do a good job?
Yeah. She started her 2 weeks. I thought what's her face?
Who did it last?
She was Blossom.
Yeah, I don't remember her name either, but.
And I thought she was good. She looked very professorial, so to speak.
It seemed to be that she had the most consistent reviews.
Yes. Yeah, she was pretty much straight down the middle.
Yeah.
A joke here and there. You're right. She was not polarizing like some of the others.
Right.
Dr. Oz or even Aaron Rodgers. All right, I saw this story and it figures it comes out of Ohio, where cicadas are running wild right now.
Yes.
They're There's an Ohio restaurant outside of Dayton. It's called the Pizza Branch. And they are testing out something called Spicy Thai Cicada Pie.
Spicy Thai cicada pie.
Yeah. Pizza with cicadas on it. Now, the restaurant is not selling it right now because they have to pass,
The health
obviously,
department?
health department.
How do you get some sanitary cicadas?
Now, they did a live stream where they had a tasting panel trying out the pizza, which also featured sriracha sauce, mozzarella, provolone, mushrooms, cabbage, green onion, mango, cilantro, and spicy Thai sauce. All right, first of all, even before you even put the cicadas on it, that's too much stuff to put on a freaking pizza.
Yes. I'm a one, maybe two topping guy.
I'm with you. There's an occasion, maybe if we like onion, bacon, and maybe we'll put something else on, but
Well, yeah, you could go bacon, pepperoni, sausage.
yeah, the meat
Yeah.
lovers.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna put a Twitter poll up right now. Would you eat a cicada pizza?
Yeah. Spicy Thai
Well, it
cicada
doesn't
pie.
have to be that good. Would you eat a pizza with a cicada topping?
So-
Obviously, it'd have to be cleared by the health department. You would assume it'd be fried, it'd be crispy. You would assume that,
Yeah,
right?
you'd get some crunch.
Yeah.
Yes. And I just would remind everyone some of the news stories that we have had. That these, I think Heather had one that they're high in protein.
Yeah.
And she also had one that if you look up and it's a cloudless day and it feels like you got to turn your windshield wipers on, that cicadas do pee on you. So just keep that in mind when you answer this question. And in the rundown, in your show prep that you sent me last night, you had suggested that nobody on this show would eat one except possibly me.
Yes.
And I would have to say the only time or the only way I would eat bugs is if I was in a survival situation or I was out camping for, greater than 2 weeks and I wasn't able to take all of the food that I needed or I couldn't catch or kill the food I needed, then I would go bug pizza.
Because I figured you were such an outdoorsman. If there were bugs there, you fry it up.
Oh, I've eaten some bugs.
Put on a little griddle and.
Yeah, I mean they might be a good, I don't know, maybe a cicada appetizer to some fried walleye would be a good meal.
What if you sprinkle little cicadas on the walleye?
Grind them up a little bit. Yeah, a little cicada seasoning.
Yeah.
I might try that.
I'm surprised, John, that you're a little hesitant here.
Yeah, I'm not too.
It's unless I have to, why would I?
Exactly.
It's one of those things where I would have no problem doing it, but it would have to be a survival situation. Like you watch those. I love the show Bear Grylls, survival show, and some of the things that they eat, I would have absolutely no issue doing that because it's a survival situation. But I'm not going to put grubs on my pizza or cicadas on my pizza.
Now, the United States Food and Drug Administration, our good friends at the FDA, they have warned people not to eat the insects if they are allergic to seafood.
Right. Well, that was
Because it
another one,
says,
yeah.
quote, these insects share a family relation to shrimp and lobsters.
Shellfish. Hey, that's not. I don't think that would be a surprise.
No. James is probably eating this before he eats salad, though.
See, now salad, depending on how it's made. That was the shocking thing we had last week. That I'm not salad averse anymore. At least to maybe one or two salads. But,
So when you get your sides, like let's say you get choice of 2 sides, and you get your potato or starch, whatever, and then there's vegetables or salad. You never choose that.
Oh no, I'm like ordering for a 7-year-old, right? Do you have applesauce? Do you have cottage cheese? Can I get something? And if not, don't bother wasting your salad.
Applesauce is a very underrated product, but to me, it's salad or cottage cheese. It's salad.
Oh no, cottage cheese. Cottage cheese, you get some nutritional value.
Yeah.
Salad, you get zip. Unless you put meat and cheese and something else on it.
Anchovies on salad. You know, like a Caesar salad where they mix in your tablespoon of anchovies?
No, not the anchovies. No.
Salty taste. Mark in Waterford, what's going on?
Hey, you guys are talking about getting old.
Yeah.
My wife's turning 50 this weekend, and we were partying a couple years back at a Jimmy Buffett you Mrs. S? And she's like, yeah, do I know you? They're like, yeah, you were our preschool teacher.
When you know they use your first initial, you know that it's a former student.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
it's this S.
Well, it's so funny. Thanks for the call, Mark.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, especially elementary school or even in junior school, middle school, you don't real. First of all, your teachers seem so much older than they really are. And when you find out, wow, Miss Clothier actually had alcohol or something like that, you find out that they're like real
people. They have real lives.
Yes, they're not just these, older people who,
Have no life, have no social interaction.
Yeah,
They just teach you.
exactly. We will put up a Twitter poll brief shortly. Stoney and Jansen with Heather. Would you eat? It's up there right now. How do you like that? Great timing. Would you eat a pizza with cicada toppings? Your two choices: yes, try something new, and choice number 2, no way.
Would you even try it?
Would I try it?
I mean, so that is the question now. Would you try something new, or is it a flat out no? Would you try it? Not that you would sit there and say, you know what, I want to eat this entire pizza.
I'm flat out no. It makes me sick to think about. I think once it started to crunch, I would probably eat it.
It's kind of like I feel like eating mushrooms on pizza.
Oh, I can do that without. I hate them.
I said squint. If there's a mushroom in something, I have to pick it out. I bet you I'd probably like it. It doesn't bother me.
This is the perfect.
I'm not a fun guy.
This is the perfect dad pizza to order, though.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to have to share it with your kids, you put something on there that you know your kids aren't going to eat. So if I order a pizza here, I'm going to order a pizza with mushrooms. That way, Tom and I can share it, and we don't have to share it with. I don't
either.
Pizza for me.
Yeah, I can eat it. I usually try to pick them off, but if there's a stray one on there, I can stomach it. And mushrooms alone, disgusting.
So John, if I order a pizza with black olive and onion, you wouldn't eat that one?
No, I don't like black olives.
There we go. Pizza for me. You want to get away, relax, have a great time. It's the D Las Vegas. Las Vegas was hopping last night at the T-Mobile Arena with the Golden Knights. And on the board, you see that advertisement for the D Casino. That's right, the D Las Vegas. You want to golf? Just hook you up with some great tea time. You want to eat? No cicadas there. Joe Vicari's Andiamo Italian Steakhouse. They make that great Caesar salad, John, right at your table. And you don't have to have anchovies there. Also, you got American Coney Island there, something a little more casual. The Long Bar, lots of fun. People hanging out, having a great time. And our buddy Derek Stevens, might be there. If he's hanging out there, you see him, tell him he sent you. He just might get you a cocktail. But he's a lot of fun. Vibrant entertainment around that area of Las Vegas downtown, and you know what? It's very inexpensive. So go book a room right now. The D.com. That's right, the D.com. Your home for Detroit sports in Las Vegas.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by St. Joseph Mercy. Crews around the scene of a car fire blocking the 2 right lanes of 96 Jeffries eastbound right after Beach Daily. The Deck Go route you can trust is the 96 Service Drive Schoolcraft or Plymouth Road. Also, crashes working to clear from the left side of 94 westbound at Ecorse Road, and look out for a disabled vehicle blocking the left lane of 94 westbound after Lanio. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
There are no sweeter sounds. Hear the game. All the play-by-play all season is on 97.1 The Ticket and the Odyssey app.
The new St. Joe's and IHA Livonia Medical Center is open, offering easy access for your healthcare needs. From primary care to outpatient surgery, imaging services to urgent care. Together, we're creating a better healthcare experience. Learn more at livoniamedicalcenter.org.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G. Experience it now with the powerful iPhone 12 Pro with 5G on us.
Wow, these 4K videos make me feel like a professional movie director. And boom, they're posted just like that.
And with our new Magenta Max plan, you'll get unlimited premium data that can't slow down based on how much smartphone data you use. That's right, unlimited premium data in the iPhone 12 Pro on us. Only at T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. 4K or video stream
tax for well-qualified buyers. If you cancel credit, stop, and balance on required finance agreement may be due, contact us. T-Mobile is the largest 5G network and named fastest by Open Signal Awards based on average speeds and USA 5G User Experience Report April 2021. Details at T-Mobile.com.
Breaking up is hard to do. Just when you think you're ready to leave, you talk yourself back into staying. And when it comes to your wireless carrier, you know you should have left a while ago. You're over the big three carriers. You deserve better. Xfinity Mobile, the carrier rated #1 in customer satisfaction. Now you can get unlimited with 5G included for just $30 a month when you get 4 lines. $30 for all the flexibility you could ask for on the nation's fastest, most reliable network. The kind of relationship you want to be in, where there's give and take. We give you unlimited data for $30. You take it everywhere you go. So break free from the big three and switch to Xfinity Mobile to start saving.
Switch to Xfinity Mobile and Internet and save up to $400 a year over AT&T. Visit the Switch Squad in store or learn how much you can save at xfinitymobile.com/mysavings. Savings based on optimized pricing. Xfinity Internet required. Reduced speeds at 20 gigabits per line. Most reliable based on RootMetrics US report. Results vary, not an endorsement.
Med Supply in Troy and Taylor, Michigan is your local one-stop shop for home and business medical equipment and supplies. They have an assortment of FDA-approved nitrile gloves, the highest quality, most durable medical-grade gloves for your peace of mind. Med Supply carries PPE, N95 masks, hand sanitizers, wipes, isolation gowns, and walk-through temperature gauge. 18 years in business. Aggressive pricing, same-day delivery, while supplies last. Visit med-supply.com. That's med-supply.com.
Why so serious?
Spilled your drink? Quick! The Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading value brand. So you can get back to the party. Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
Over the past year, I've helped thousands turn their lives around. And today, I'm going to tell you the one simple trick that will change everything. All you have to do is...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat, RV, or other outdoor vehicle for great protection and even more savings. Progressive.
And that's it. You'll have that for the rest of your lives. I'm so excited for you.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review. Danowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable. But a double client base calls for double the advisors.